Daniel Greene's mods are throwing him under a bus, and he's finally coming out with a new reaction video to Naomi King's 34-minute rambling, crying nonsense, which happened just yesterday. Now, I have no dog in this fight. This guy is a leftist who's been pushing feminist ideology in fantasy books, been pushing the woke agenda in fantasy for a long, long time. But this woman also seems to be a little off her rocker and looking for attention. So, I'll kind of give what I think about this, but it could develop in one way or another, and we don't have enough information yet going down. But we do see how people are reacting, including Daniel himself, which we'll get into in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things in science fiction and fantasy. Really appreciate you guys for being here. My name's John Delarose. I am a fantasy author myself. This is The Adventures of Baron von Monocle. It's a 6-book series, which starts right here with For Steam and Country. It's a lot of fun, swashbuckling adventure. It's about an airship crew who goes out, quests against monsters, and goes and ends up in a brutal war, which builds up over the course of the 6 books. This is really, really fun stuff. You're going to love it. If you like fantasy books, come start here, guys. I think this is a great place for people who would have liked Brandon Sanderson if he didn't push the LGBTQ agenda. This is a good spot for you. It's available on ebook, print, and audio in the description below. Thank you guys so much for making this a perennial bestseller. It's been awesome watching you guys read this year, and I appreciate you for being here. So yesterday, if you missed the Daniel Greene situation, Naomi King came out with a 34-minute video in which she accused him of sexual assault. She said that she went to Vegas as a friend with some weird, sketchy details on there, and they actually agreed that he would not be making such advances on her at some point. And she showed some screenshots from 2016 where some other girl said that he R'd her. So very interesting stuff on that level. Now, it was very, very difficult to get through, so you can watch my video on it, which summarizes things yesterday. And immediately, he got thrown under the bus. And this is why you never appeal to leftists, never appeal to male feminists, never appeal to any of these people because, one, they're broke, and two, because you get woke, you go broke. Two, they just are willing to just go and drop you hard for clout immediately without even looking into anything. And that's exactly what he found out with a bunch of his podcasting partners, as well as with his own Discord moderators who led a revolt on his server just yesterday. Now, his reaction video just went up. He just posted a 1-minute video. It's very short, sweet, to the point. And this actually, when I saw his reaction and just comparing it to the way Neil Gaiman tried to hide, Neil Gaiman tried to bury it. He hired a PR crisis firm to try to get it all SEO'd and so that people would drop it, and with more and more allegations coming out about him. Very different way of handling things. Neil Gaiman took a year to even say anything about it while he just disappeared on social media. Daniel Greene just said, you know what, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to sue this woman. And so just the reactions of the difference between the two right there tells me this guy might be in the right here. Now, I say might with a very big caveat because, of course, this is a Christian channel, and we know what happened there: drugs and fornication. We don't condone that, of course. Those are bad things, and people should not go to Vegas and go do that, obviously. But at the same time, it doesn't look like just on the surface that he committed any kind of crime here, which is what we're talking about. So you have to have a little nuance, and of course we're a book readership group, so we're smarter than the average people, and that we can talk about nuanced things here. I know it's very difficult to do, but we're going to do that. So like I said, short and sweet video. He promises to sue her, says that she's damaged his reputation, and she has. I mean, just within 24 hours, he's got a lot of cause to show damages. He's got the One Piece podcast. He talks about One Piece, which is a great manga, on his channel quite a bit. And as you can see, in light of recent events, we will not be inviting Daniel Greene back on the show for further guest appearances. Additionally, we have removed his past appearances from our podcast feed, YouTube, and Patreon. So just completely erasing him, memory holing him right away. Dragon Mount. Now, this is the big Robert Jordan Wheel of Time fan group. You can see they've even gone so crazy over there that they put a little transgender pride flag on top of the logo that came from the Wheel of Time, which is just like, what are you doing? Very, very sad to watch that Robert Jordan's legacy is being destroyed like this. In this house, we believe survivors of sexual assault and stand with you. Find resources at these little places. So please clap, everybody. They're believing all women. #MeToo. Yay. That's what Dragon Mount's doing. And this is, again, why you don't want to cultivate a woke, mainstream entertainment audience, because this is what they do. They throw you under the bus immediately without you being able to say your due. That's exactly what he's done here. Now, one of his other YouTubing partners, who is a woman booktuber also, she says, after watching Naomi's recent video, I've unlisted all collab videos I've done with Daniel Greene. These are very serious accusations backed by serious evidence, in my opinion. And I watched it, and very clearly they went to Vegas. Very clearly stuff happened. Very clearly the woman was on drugs. That isn't good if he was sober and she was on drugs. Even if he's on drugs and she's on drugs, it's bad. It's all bad, whatever. But I don't know that there's a assault element to this here, which is where it goes. And listening to Naomi endured is devastating. Daniel has been a friend of mine for years, so the shock of this news has been painful to process, say the least. Well, this is pretty interesting, and this is the way that like feminist women and all that react with clout. If he's been a friend for years, why didn't you call him up and see what he thought about it? Why didn't you check on him and see what he said? And actually go on this. If you were a friend, that's what you do, right? But clearly it's all about YouTube online clout, and that's all that's going on here, and that's what this woman's doing. Please clap for her. Yes, stunning and brave. Naomi had a very raw breakdown in this video, and I've been grieved over the pain they've carried quietly. She. Naomi's a she, not a they, I think. Oh my gosh, these people are ridiculous. And this is what bothered me about Naomi's original video when I watched it. She does this whole part where she does have like this crying breakdown on it. Why did she record it and then sit there for 5 minutes doing that? It's a pre-recorded video. She did this intentionally to show herself doing that, which is performative in my opinions. I don't like that at all. It gives me the creeps that somebody would actually go out and do that, but I don't understand why people use YouTube as therapy anyway. But I want to emphasize on Naomi, so I have the video linked, Naomi's emotions while recounting what happened are raw and heartbreaking. The impact of these actions on survivors doesn't fade, and sharing publicly is extremely painful. Please take the time to watch if you haven't already. Daniel hasn't responded to the accusations as of yet, and she didn't bother to call her friend or message her friend. Interesting. The more discussions may be warranted as more information is revealed, but I think it's important to say something and make sure Naomi is heard. Editing to add a warning that this video does contain painful discussion around SA. Oh, so stunning and brave. Now, his Discord moderators are very similar. And this is interesting. I've got a wonderful sci-fi and fantasy-based Discord, by the way, if you want to go hang out. And I told my moderators, if you mutiny and try to cancel me, guys, I'm going to give you my full wrath. You will never escape my wrath. Ha, ha, ha. As a result, might as well just have a little fun on the internet. But this is pretty ridiculous. He's developed this Discord and totally lost control of it, apparently. We're aware of the allegations made against Daniel. We take these seriously as mods and admins. We're discussing it. We'll make another statement soon. We ask for your patience. And here we go. Here's their statement. You can see it's going to be a lot of fun. Right? Again, within a few hours later, this is not going to be a statement about everything going on, but we'd like to be transparent about where we're at standing and what our plans are. So please continue giving us patience to figure out what to do with this server. This is ultimately a very small piece of Daniel's life and a very little impact on Naomi, so it will not be a priority. The entire MIDE team stands with Naomi and fully supports them. There's a lot of them here. There's not a lot of her, and that's clearly a woman. In the biological definition, which Trump has signed into proclamation of the law, that there is, in fact, 2 genders. So we need to stop with this nonsense. The bravery of coming forward with your name, face, and the entire livelihood and risk everything to do the right thing for the potential victims cannot be overstated. So please continue to send them the love we need. As for this server, we cannot cut ties with Daniel because he owns this server. We can't ban him, kick him. He can ban us, do what he pleases. We would like to rebrand this server. My brand, since this community is, and for years has been something related to him. It's one of the largest book servers on Discord. Let's build a bigger one, guys. Come join my Discord. Let's talk. Let's hang out and talk books. Has millions of messages. We'd like to, a huge loss for us in the community. No fault of our own. For us to be able to successfully rebrand, we need Daniel to give up ownership. We are actively working on creating another server set up similarly to this one to become our backup. We'll share a link once that's ready and set up for the public. Daniel has not gotten in touch with us or responded to any messages at all since it's dropped. We are trying to get in touch with him through different means, and maybe something will be shared by Daniel that make us all do a 180 about this issue once we know none of the information shared is definite, but we're acting on the information they have right now. And this is what the woke will do. They will always act on the information immediately before anything else comes out, and they will immediately throw you under the bus, even if they're your Discord mods who you've set up yourself, your friends, as the woman said, people you've worked with in podcast capacities. They all throw you under the bus immediately. That is what woke activism is immediately. And as you can see, they followed through with it. Here's SFF Central, which you can't join right now because they've got it set so that you cannot do so. But Daniel has just said these are false. He says he's going to fight it in court and actually sue the person, and that's a pretty big step. Now, like I said, don't really have a dog in this fight. I don't appreciate big woke science fiction and fantasy as it is. This guy's been a hard promoter of all that for a long, long time, and this woman is clearly mentally ill. So either way, it's just something to watch, my friends. But that's all we know going on right now. There's been no new information presented, and we will be covering it here as all things develop because we cover everything in science fiction and fantasy. Really appreciate you guys for being there. What do you think about this whole mess, guys? I would love to know what your reaction is. Do you think he's innocent? Do you think he's guilty? Just based on preliminary stuff. We're just speculating. I'd love to hear from you. Hit the like and subscribe button. And also, please grab my fantasy book series. Get the whole series and catch up, guys, because it's a lot of fun. The Adventures of Baron von Monocle, 6-book series, Airship Adventuring, on ebook, print, and audio in the description below. Thank you very much.